What's up, you guys? It's Henry. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am discussing one of my favorite stocks to own and one that I have over $50,000 invested in. I've consistently loved Facebook due to something called the network effect. In this video, I'm going to discuss two things that will make Facebook continue onto $1 trillion in value soon and make you stupid rich. And to be honest, I can see this stock join the $2 trillion club with Apple soon as well. That's number one, the network effect, and number two, e-commerce. So I'm going to cover two things that I learned in my finance degree that cost me over $250,000, and I'm super excited because I spent 3 hours putting the research together on this video, and I haven't seen this type of content on YouTube. For those of you that might not know, the network effect is the single most important factor if you want to make more money in the stock market. The big five, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Amazon are hitting all-time high valuations right now. That's because the network effect is the single most important predictor of technology valuation. The network effect is a phenomena whereby increased numbers of people or participants improve the value of a good or service. Let me break that down and explain further. E-commerce sites such as Etsy and eBay grew in popularity by accessing online networks, attracting consumers to their products. Well, as eBay grew and more people bought items, other people found it as a moneymaker to sell items. And the more items are sold, the more people check out eBay to look for deals. As more people join the platform gets better and more people are attracted to the platform because of the heavy volume. Here's another example I just thought of. Imagine if you started Uber by yourself and there was like 3 drivers and 1 passenger that was interested. The drivers would make like no money, right? And I didn't even mention location, so what if the passenger is in California and all the drivers are in New York? You can see right there that this platform wouldn't succeed yet. But as Uber grew, more passengers gave an incentive for more drivers to join the app, and so the network effect begins and grows. The network effect has created exponential growth rates for networking platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. That's because the more content is posted, the more useful the platform actually becomes. I know you guys want me to throw out a price for Facebook and talk about their value, but the network effect can help you pick better stocks in the future and will make you money over the long term. We will definitely get to the value of Facebook and their price very soon in this video. But if you guys want me to start predicting the next big thing using network effects and growth trends, please drop me a comment. I'm really interested in doing that and kind of making the next prediction for which stocks will blow up. For example, I'm going to post about a gene editing stock on Patreon today. But I actually didn't post on YouTube for 2 days because I was researching fields like virtual reality, robotics, and artificial intelligence trends and stocks that may explode. I'm really excited to share that over on Patreon and eventually probably on YouTube if you guys want that. So if you want that, please drop a comment and tell me if it's interesting to you. Sorry for a little detour. Let's keep moving. Hopefully nobody minds how enthusiastic I am and excited I am for you guys with this content. I mentioned in the beginning that the big 5 stocks use network effects, and in fact, that represents 75% of the value that they achieved according to my research. This is a topic that you learn in your MBA classes if you get a fancy degree from Harvard Business School. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure you guys are all smart enough to understand that I just explained what a network effect is and how it builds value exponentially for companies, and I'm pretty sure you guys can now take advantage of that. Companies building value exponentially due to users joining the infinitely scalable platform is exactly what Facebook is experiencing right now. And that's where I have to get into point number 2 about e-commerce. Facebook announced several e-commerce features on Tuesday, including a series of tools designed to expand shopping on its social media platforms. Facebook stock climbed to nearly $300 per share, and I won't be surprised if by the time I release this video, it will be surpassing $300 per share. New features include Facebook Shop, a dedicated space on its mobile app where users can browse and shop for products from various businesses. Businesses can set up a single online store that customers can access on both Facebook and Instagram. That's a game changer in my opinion because it adds Facebook to the e-commerce realm, and that's definitely a growth trend I have been looking at for some time. I have 5 shares of Amazon at an average price of $1,700, and I've been holding that for a long time. I didn't think it was a fancy stock to talk about, so I didn't really cover it on my channel, but I'm mentioning it now because e-commerce is something that you guys have to take advantage of. And now you can do that by investing in Facebook. Just to be clear, I have 200 shares of Facebook and over $50,000, but I'm holding for the long term. Obviously, we're talking about the stock market here, and you should do your own research because I'm a passionate guy and I love educating people, but I'm not a licensed professional. That being said, the new Facebook shop is different from Facebook Marketplace, which is designed for the person-to-person sale of goods. The shop will actually make so much money because it's for businesses. And by the way, guys, another trend that Facebook has that will help e-commerce is a load of data. I know this because Facebook ads is so popular amongst a lot of companies and small businesses. I'm hit with Facebook ads about get rich quick all the time, every single day, like 10 times. And guys, the only way to actually get rich is to earn money, save money, invest it in great companies, and of course, watch your boy Uncle Henry on YouTube giving you guys the dopest ideas. Let's quickly take a look at the technicals of this stock so I can discuss where it is going, where it has been, and what I see going on in the next few weeks for Facebook stock. If you're enjoying the video, like the smash button for me because it really helps out significantly. All right, guys, your favorite part where I share my screen and I give you an exact analysis on the technicals and then followed by looking at some options. So I know you guys are really interested in options. By the way, I'm creating an options course, so that's going to take a long time. It's going to be very high quality, but if you want a little bit of details on that and you want to be like first on the list, there's a free sign-up page in my description. It will take me 2 months to make that course because I want it to be the best course on YouTube and on the internet, actually. So taking a look at Facebook stock, we see that it has actually bounced quite a bit up and down. This is really interesting. There's a lot of pessimism at this point. But recently we've been seeing a lot of green volume, which just means that people are buying Facebook up more than usual. And that makes sense, right? Because a lot of these tech stocks have been growing a whole lot, like the FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and Tesla. I think we can just put Tesla in that mix at this point. So taking a look, we were kind of going sideways at this point. There was some consolidation, and we see consolidation all the time. I talk about that in my other videos. I'll put up a card here to another video where I talked about consolidation. But essentially, once they announce this really good news, and it's a big deal because businesses have all of the money. I mean, literally people think the S&P 500 has all the money. But no, it's actually small businesses. There's way more small businesses than large corporations. So for that reason, investors know this. I mean, Facebook is going to make tons of profit. And at this point, when they released this news, we just kept going. And I think there's a little bit of run up before. I don't know what exactly happened, but seriously, I think there's some people inside that are just like buying the stock up beforehand. I mean, insider trading does happen in my opinion sometimes, but we have no idea when it happens, how it happens, and there's no point of thinking about that. But I'm just saying there was a little bit of run up before the news, which is interesting. Someone knew something. Anyways, we did touch $300 per share, so I made this video yesterday and I'm posting it today. So we did touch 300 and now we're back down to 297. 297 seems reasonable to me. I honestly think what's going to happen next is we're going to have a whole lot of sideways action. I've said that a few times with a few other stocks. So it's going to look like this. And that's because investors have to digest this good news. They have to digest it. They're taking profits. Some people are getting in for the longer term. So there's going to be some consolidation followed by a squeeze or a breakout either to the upside or the downside. And I think as long as things continue going this way, and if I look at the 6-month chart, it's going to squeeze upwards in my opinion. I think it's going to start growing a lot. I love Facebook. Their ads are awesome. And yeah, it's probably going to squeeze upwards because of the Facebook shop. You know, people are going to realize that they're going to make a lot more money. Earnings are going to grow. Analysts are going to change their expectations. So this whole stock will just get a whole bunch of movement upwards. And in my thumbnail, I put $500 per share. I really think that is reasonable. I mean, Facebook could reach a $1 trillion valuation. And let me just quickly take a look at what the current market cap is. I mean, yeah, come on, guys.
it's not that far. And it's, you know what happened with Apple. As soon as it hit 1 trillion, it went to 2 trillion in a couple years, and now it's like at 2.12 trillion. So, or whatever it is. Let me actually see what it's at right now. Apple stock. Yeah, it's like 2.16. So as you guys can see, like, stocks are exponential. They're, the stock market is exponential, just like the internet is exponential. So I can totally see Facebook not only touching 1 trillion very soon, but it's going to continue to blow past 1 trillion. And as soon as it actually reaches, this is actually funny, guys, this is actually really interesting. As soon as it actually reaches $1 trillion, then it actually has a psychological impact on a lot of investors. Investors might look at the stock and say, wow, this is $1 trillion. I now see it going to $2 trillion. It's very similar to how the stock splits work. It just changes psychology, and the market is based on psychology. So what I'm saying is, I think the stock could reach 1 trillion, and then thereafter it can continue on to like 1.5 trillion in the next few months. So $500 is super reasonable. And taking a look at the RSI, we're at 74, but that's not a big deal because Apple literally like stays in this type of range, and that's just normal for all the stocks that I've been covering lately, because I love technology stocks. I'm a big fan of them, and they're all hot right now, so their RSI is going to be a little bit higher. And again, I think this is the third time I'm saying this. If you haven't watched my previous videos, take a look at the last few, but I don't see this as an issue. 74 is really not a big issue. Now we're going to go over to bar charts. So I've been kind of using bar charts lately, but I can use Robinhood, whatever, it doesn't matter. I just want to show you guys the options chain because I think it's important. And now I didn't go for Friday because literally Friday is tomorrow, and that's not enough time. By the time I upload the video, it might be like really wonky. So I took a look at the September 18. That's about 3 weeks from now, which is a healthy date to trade options. Some of you guys asked me like, what type of options should I trade? How far should I look out? And generally, I do weekly option trades on Patreon because it's fun, it's exciting. You can make weekly income. So that's where I trade on Mondays. Sunday, I give an outlook for what I think is going to happen and what I'm looking out for in the market. And then on Monday, I actually literally post real live trades, the ones that I make right away before I post anything on YouTube. So I just wanted to take a look here. And the reason for that speech right there was that I usually do weekly options, but I'm going to look 3 weeks out for Facebook just because I think there's going to be some consolidation. And, 1 week is really not enough for this specific trade. So, I'm bullish, so I'm saying the 300 is reasonable. So I would just take a look here. And let's just take a look at the volume. Okay, so it actually seems that, okay, I'm not the only one thinking it's going to be 300. I see. All right, it makes a lot of sense. So investors are also seeing something similar. They want Facebook to go above 300, and there's 25,000 open contracts for that, with 3,000 being traded today. I wish I could see how many were traded yesterday. I wish there was a feature for that, but I'm guessing there was a whole lot of these contracts here that were opened yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if this was 5,000. I don't know how to check that. Probably better to use Thinkorswim for that type of information, but this is good enough. So as you guys can see, a lot of people are betting for the 300, and if I go over to the puts, there's a lot of people betting for the 290, but that's okay. It's not a problem. That's just because there's some consolidation and people are not sure what to do. I personally would not worry about this. As I mentioned, I have 200 shares of Facebook, and I'm not really worried about it long term at all. Nor am I worried about Tesla or Amazon or Apple. I mean, these are the stocks that I've been saying on my channel, and they've made people stupid rich. Anyways, I'm going to cut it off there, so this isn't going to be too long, but let's continue on with the video. I have a lot more important information to tell you.
All right, guys, so as you can see, I'm super bullish on Facebook. I'm not BSing here, and here is my Monday morning trades from my Patreon page before the Tuesday announcement, so you guys can just see that I was really bullish on Facebook before the news even came out. I knew for a fact that this was a great investment in my opinion, and I told my Patreon family about it first thing Monday morning, and that's what I do every single week when I see good stocks. I'd love to have you there, but either way, I hope this video was super valuable and I put in a lot of work into this one. Drop me multiple comments if you like. I want some feedback on this one so I can keep improving and making you guys stupid rich. Make sure you guys do the most important thing for Uncle Henry. Be aggressive in learning, but be safe in investing, and check out some of my other videos on my channel. I love you, and I'll see you very soon. Give me that fist bump.
No one ever sees me.